Let's take a look at what happened today with Tesla. We know that because of the tariffs that Trump wanted to apply to Canada and Mexico starting tomorrow, the markets opened this morning quite high. The VIX came down during the day. Let's start with the VIX. VIX closed at 1861. This is up 2.19. So we were outside of this. This was a support last Friday, but today we opened at 2042. Opened at 2042, pretty high. Then we came down during the day. The beginning of the day was not pretty. So this is what we were faced with at the beginning of the day. Now, as the day progressed, what happened is that Trump delayed the application of the tariffs on Mexico because Mexico has agreed to provide 10,000 soldiers at their border on their side. So Trump said, "Oh, we can negotiate. We have a month to negotiate." So there is a freeze on the tariffs for Mexico. For Canada, Trump has a conversation with Trudeau at 11 o'clock this morning. Also another one at 3 o'clock p.m., but we don't know what is coming out of them yet. So let's take a look at Tesla. Let's see how Tesla has done today. So we had a gap down. So on Friday, we saw that we caved into this downward resistance. So we caved into this. So we already had some signs that there's a weakening right here. And today we opened lower. This is a gap down. So there were no trades right here. No trades at these prices. And we jumped down. Boom. Moved down. We went as low as 374 and came back chart to understand a bit more how this happened. So the first hour of the day was the worst, of course. Then we continued down for a couple hours, but then we found a little bit of support and we are coming back up, but now we cannot close back above 384.27. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart for fun. The 5-minute chart shows exactly what happened. The first 5 minutes of the day, boom, we have the gap down. We came down, then had a nice move up, and we gained back even stochastic over 60 on the 5-minute chart, but we never crossed and closed above 388.73. We came back down, and now, and then it was 384 that was hardly above. And now this is pretty much where we closed at 383.68. Post-market, we are up at 384. So it seems like we are pretty much smack on 384.87. Because we made an ultimate low here, a higher low here, we have a triangle right this. So this pattern means that we should be zigzagging. And once we are going to get a close above 388.73, this can be considered as a buy. Stochastic is over 60 again and everything. On the 1 hour chart, then we have less information because we have less candles in order to make that decision. So we don't have stochastic over 60. Yes, you can chance it. If we close above 388.73 on the 1 hour chart, there won't be stochastic. It can still work, but this is not a super high probability trade. And also even less on the daily chart. Before we have stochastic over 60 on the daily chart, we might need to break, as I mentioned, 426.47. So depending on the time frame that you want to play with, if you play on the 5-minute chart, you need to check your trade every 5 minutes because things can change at each candle. If you play on to check it every hour on the daily chart, we are checking it every day right here. So we've already looked at the VIX. So VIX has a longer wick at the bottom right here. So this is telling us that was lower during the day, but finished a little bit higher. So it's not as interesting as a candle as when we have a full red candle with almost no wick at the bottom. This is more of an indication that we should be continuing down, Big long candle, we are continuing down. This is what tends to happen. Dow Jones, we have a weakening. We are still in the first part of our bullish channel. This is the first part. This is the second part. SPX, wow, this one is back into its downward channel. So we are getting outside, inside, outside, inside. Nasdaq, not much has changed. We came back into resistance, but the rest is not too bad. Russell, we had a nice day today, basically up 2%, but Russell to close above 23.25 in order to consider the potential buy to get back into the small caps. Let's look at the market. Lots of red, a little bit of green, a little bit of black, but lots of red, of course. As we are talking, so Trump has supposedly talked with Trudeau for Canada. If he does, then this is going to help something. So news are coming out almost every hour. So we need to be careful and not take too big of positions, because based on what some other news can come out, things can be flipping. Thanks very much for watching. Thank you for liking, comment, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.